Hey guys, what's up? This is Bret, Life on This Planet blog here. Hope you guys are having a pleasant weekend. I'm here to present you with some things from my weekly playlist and also some recent vinyl finds from this week. But before I get started, I'd like to just remind all you guys that my 100 subscribers contest ends at some point this evening, maybe midnight Arizona Pacific time. There's no real set time period on that. But anyways, if you still wanted to participate, submit a response to my thread, please do so today. If not, no big deal. I've been getting just some great responses from a lot of you guys out there in the VC. And I'll probably be shooting up a follow-up video tomorrow on Sunday and pick some winners. So if you still need to find out what that topic is, if this whole subscriber contest you're hearing about it for the first time, just take a look down my channel and you'll see 100 subscribers contest, and then you can watch that short video, find out what the topic is, and hopefully shoot a video response for me. Okay, so let's get started. The first few things I'm going to show you are things that I listened to this week, just a snippet of my weekly playlist. If you'd like to see a full list of everything I listen to, you can check that out. I'll put a link to my Life on This Planet blog in the description box right below me right now, and you can certainly click on that and check out the whole big list. So the first thing, I kind of had a nice little big thread going on the VC Facebook group. I think it was last Sunday night, between me, Sean, who goes by Babylon Seeker, and then Derek. And we were talking about this band, Tear Garden. I had posted this CD that I was listening to because I was trying to, this past weekend, pull CDs out that I hadn't listened to in a long time. And this is one of the first ones I picked. This is Tear Garden. It's a side project of some of the guys from the legendary Pink Dots, as well as some of the guys from Skinny Puppy. And this was kind of a compilation of some outtakes demos called I Spy with My Little Eye. Cool little digipack here that opens up. And yeah, I'll move that in a little bit closer. And this was on Subconscious Communications, which I think was a record label from one of the guys in Skinny Puppy at Tear Garden. So anyways, this had a lot of good feedback going on back and forth, and then we were posting, talking about the Pink Dots, Tear Garden, Skinny Puppy. And then the next day I took a drive somewhere and I popped this one in, and this was the third Tear Garden album, To Be an Angel Blind, The Crippled Soul Divide, which came out on Network. I think it was back in '96. Yeah, this is really, really good. Tracks Ascension Day, In Search of My Rose, Judgment Hour, New Eden. Really, really good. More of a organic sounding, not as electronic as the first two Tear Garden albums, but yeah, hopefully those guys will put something else new out. But this is yeah, Tear Garden. Check it out if you aren't familiar with it. It's pretty cool. All right, next one is the Lemonheads, self-titled. This is actually from 2007 on Hall of Records. This was actually the very last Lemonheads album that came out that was all original material. Now they put out, I think it was in 2009, they put out an album of covers called Varshans, which was really, really good. It had covers of like Graham Parsons, Townes Van Zandt, G.G. Allen, lots of cool stuff on that one. But I picked this up when I went and saw Evan Dando, the singer of the Lemonheads, down in Tucson. And there was about maybe 40 people there, and I was about literally this close. I could reach his guitar. But I picked this up at the show. This edition of it has a lyric sheet in it, and the vinyl is this really peculiar, almost like a pea green color there. But actually this is a really solid album. I really, really like it, and it was just announced the other day that they're actually working on a new one with Ryan Adams, not Brian Adams, Ryan Adams, producing and playing drums on it, and I guess Juliana Hatfield is back playing again, and I know they've been touring, I think, with the Psychedelic Furs, so great band from Boston. Not that I'm from Boston, but I know some of you out there are, Rob. Anyways, yeah, so that's Lemonheads, self-titled. There seems to be kind of a theme with the color here with that vinyl, because that leads us into the next one. I played this one this morning. Leonard Cohen's The Best Of, which is really, really excellent, and I bought this one back in 2002, $7. Anyways, yeah, this has just a collection of some of his earlier stuff. It came out in '75 on CBS, Red Label there. And, you know, Suzanne's on here, Sisters of Mercy, Hey, That's No Way to Say Goodbye, Famous Blue Raincoat, Chelsea Hotel #2. Just a great compilation. Yeah, that's Leonard Cohen, and he had a new one come out this year. And then keeping with this random color theme that just happened, this is Relaxing with the Miles Davis Quintet, and this is a reissue of Prestige release here. You can see the cool label right there. I have a 10-inch that came out. I think it was on Record Store Day or Black Friday or one of those. And it's a Prestige one as well, and the vinyl is this cool blue color that you can only really see if you hold it up to the light. But this is a really good album. What I really like about Coltrane plays on this one. You got Paul Chambers, Mr. PC on bass, Philly Joe Jones on drums, Red Garland on piano, and Miles Davis on trumpet. What's really great about jazz records is when you play them on vinyl, just because there's no overdubs and there's not a whole mass of instruments all stacked on top of one another, so you really hear it in a really pure, organic way. So when you play when you play jazz records, it's just the sound of the bass and the drums. Everything is just really a great experience. So that's that one, Relaxing with the Miles Davis Quintet. Now, before I show the next one, I don't know where I picked this up. I think it was a book I just read. It might have been the Vinyl Junkies book, if that's the name of it. But there was a little good tip that the guy who, this is total nerd thing, record nerd thing here, but anyways, what I do is, you buy records and sometimes you buy a bunch at once, you forget when you bought them, you forget where you bought them, you forget when you listened to them last. So what I started doing is cutting up these little note cards, and I just put the name of it on there and where I bought it, and also when I listened to it, and I keep it in the sleeve with the records. So then I can kind of get an idea of when I listened to it last. I mean, that serves no purpose, but since I write my music blog and I compile these playlists, at the end of the week I just stack these cards up, and then that's what I use to remember what I listened to, rather than just having a whole mass of stuff stacked out here. So anyways, I know that's totally ridiculous, but it's what I do, and it helps me. Last one here from my weekly playlist. My girlfriend's mom had given us a bunch of records, and I had a bunch of them stashed away that I hadn't gotten to yet. And the jacket on this one is pretty beat up. But this is Frank Sinatra's The Movie Songs out on Capitol. I still gotta get an inner sleeve for it. But it was really dusty, really dirty. I cleaned it last night, and it was a little pops at times, but actually sounded really good. This is a compilation, obviously, then you see that's the movie songs, of songs that Sinatra had in various movies. Sinatra has spent a lifetime singing. Sinatra has spent half of a lifetime making movies. The movie songs, an inevitably wonderful combination of a lifetime and a half called Sinatra. So this has songs all arranged and conducted by Nelson Riddle. Things like Young at Heart, Tender Trap, Three Coins in the Fountain, All the Way, and then a song I really don't care for much called High Hopes. Anyways, my dad is a huge Frank Sinatra fan, so I have a lot of Frank Sinatra stuff. So it was cool to find this little stash. There's some more I need to clean up and give a listen to this weekend. All right, so now let's get on to my recent finds here. So I started off, I found one of the record stores I go to has, like 5 bins of CDs that are all $1. And the cases are usually pretty mangled up. So what I did is I just pulled out the inserts here, so I wouldn't have to show you these really beat up cases with a bunch of stickers on them. So the first one I picked up for $1 was New Order's Waiting for the Siren's Call. This was their last album. It came out in 2005, and I know they've reunited and they're touring without Peter Hook, and they're probably going to end up recording a new album, I assume. So this has some good stuff on it. A lot of people I don't think really care for this one very much, but I think there's some good stuff. The title track on it, I think there's a song called Trust, is another one that I can't think of the name of it. But for $1, I mean, it was great to add to the collection. I had this before. I don't know if a friend, whatever, lent me it or whatever, but I was very familiar with it. But it was cool to have that just for for $1. Peter Gabriel's Up. This came out in 2002, I believe. First track on this one called Darkness. Wow, really good. I had never heard this album before, and I was really impressed. I drove around listening to this one a couple times in the car one day. Yeah, that was $1 also. Jeff Tate. I think this one's just self-titled. Who's Jeff Tate? Jeff Tate was the singer of Queensryche, Seattle heavy metal hard rock band. This was his first solo album. Apparently he's about to put out another one. There's all this drama going on with Queensryche. I don't know if they kicked him out of the band. I don't know if there's like a lawsuit going on. There's 2 different Queensryches going on. Crazy. But I popped this one in today, listened to a couple tracks, not into it so far. I mean, it sounded okay, but I need to give it a serious listen. I was listening to the car, and it was just like when I started up in Arizona, there's that immediate like 10 minutes where it's still hot and your air conditioner has to start working. So perhaps I wasn't enjoying it because I was hot and the air still wasn't kicking in. I don't know. But that's the last of my dollar CDs here. So yeah, Jeff Tate. All right. So I got 3 records here now. I was communicating with Rob Yolovox on Facebook VC the other night, and I told him how I walked into one of the record stores I go to about once every week, maybe twice a week, and I saw these records right in the front, and I was like, did Rob just trade in some of his collection here? Because the records on here are ones that I know he has and likes very much. So I thought there's no way Rob would travel all the way from Illinois and trade these in. I know it's ridiculous, but anyways, it just reminded me of that. So the first one that I picked up, well, first off, there were some Kate Bush albums there, which I didn't get, and that's another indication about Rob, because I know he is a big Kate Bush fan. But the first one I saw was this one, Julian Cope, World Shut Your Mouth EP from 1986, and this was just going on. He had just posted this one up on Facebook, and then I think Derek did. 5-song EP out on Island Records. So I know the title track, but I'm not familiar with the other songs on here, but that was just a couple bucks, and I saw that, had to jump on it. Okay, these next 2 are definitely grails. One of them I had been looking for a long time, and they were back to back in the rack. I went, whoop, pull, bam, and I was just like, wow. And they are in, I mean, seriously, like almost unplayed condition. And from when they are, one is from 1978, one is from 1979. They're in just pristine condition for that. So the first one is Two Boy Army. This was the very first Two Boy Army album, and if you don't know who Two Boy Army is, then you probably know this guy right here, Gary Newman. Gary Newman's, before he changed his band to just Gary Newman, he put out 2 albums under the name Two Boy Army. And starting, I think it was with The Pleasure Principle in 1980, when, with Cars and stuff, then he switched and it was just Gary Newman. But this is his very first album here on Beggar's Banquet, Bega 4. And yeah, I was so excited. I don't even have this one on CD. I mean, I'm familiar with it, but I don't have it. And it's got the cool sleeve here with the rounded corners. And like I said, I mean, the vinyl, it's just like so excellent. So I was really happy to get that one. And then the other one, might as well follow suit right here, is Replicas. This was the second album. You can see it still says Two Boy Army on there. I mean, look at that. I don't know if you guys can see it from the camera, but this is seriously in if not mint condition, it's near mint, and just killer like the other one. It has that rounded edge sleeve. Beggar's Banquet, also Bega number 7, and yeah, also there's that Beggar's Banquet label there. But yeah, both of these are grails, and this one more than the other one, but yeah, I've been looking for this one on vinyl for a long time. I have a lot of the other Gary Newman ones, and this one I just never see, and especially like to find it in this great of condition was a real treat. So anyways, I think that wraps it up for today. Thank you guys for watching, for subscribing. I'm looking forward to your comments, and I'll be back, like I said, tomorrow with a short video picking some winners from my contest. So thanks for watching, guys. You have a good weekend.